Hello, welcome to Pirate Radio Explosion Network's after show, where we break down and discuss each and every episode of Skulls and Crew, the Star Wars Disney Plus original series that now has one episode left to air after we discuss this one. My name's Dylan Blight. Joining me, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here to talk about this penultimate episode.
This week's episode, we're going to be in so much trouble. It was directed by Lee Isaac Chung. Synopsis was, our heroes have never felt further from home. Yep.
What a lie. They've literally never felt closer to home.
Yeah, I mean,
other than before their adventure.
It's the closest they've been. It's literally the closest they've been to home since the first episode. But anyway, that's fine. Or second episode? Did they leave in the first? Yeah, they did
left
leave
in the end of the first episode.
Yeah, in the first. So there you go. What did you make of this week's episode?
Yeah, another good episode. Obviously, we kind of theorized about like they would get to At Attin this week, and that's what they did.
We was like, oh, how much further would they get behind there? It's like literally like what, 2 minutes maybe?
Yeah. Maybe 5-6 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
Depends on how long it took him to shove Jod in the airlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great. Jude Law, fantastic in this episode. You know, it's interesting that at the start of the series, we're like, you know, he's probably going to grow. He's probably like a bad guy, but with like a heart of gold, and like he'll turn and love these kids eventually. But no, he's just in the end, he just despises his kids and is potentially just going to cut them with the lightsaber next week. So,
well, yeah. So, like, it's weird to say for a penultimate episode, there's not a lot to this episode. Like, I think it's very like straightforward. Some like
it's straightforward, but also answers a bunch of questions and leaves a couple left for answering next week.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the things, like even by the time we get to the end, it's like, okay, here's what we've been hiding, but I still don't have the full answer for who, what, why, when. So, you know, I'm still sort of waiting. But I'll say, John, obviously the biggest thing for this episode, his commitment to evil, I guess, if we're going to call it that. Obviously,
commitment to greed.
Commitment to greed. Yeah. Do you feel that? And by what you're saying, I guess the answer is yes. But you feel like that's it, right? We're committed to he's a bad pirate. We're not doing the pirate of a heart of gold thing. We're just doing the pirate thing. You know?
Yeah, we're just doing the pirate thing. You know.
Yeah.
The lesson of the show is don't trust strangers. Stranger danger show.
Because throughout the series, they have definitely given us a couple moments where he has at least seemed like he was being honest with the kids and building some sort of relationship. But those moments he could have walked away and he chose to come back and have conversations. Are we then saying that was just him? That's the hard part.
Or were those moments of manipulating, like trying to manipulate those kids to like trust him? Yeah, like him more. Like believe in him. Like the other episode where he's like having this heart to heart with Wim.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
So yeah, is that just him trying to do it, or was that? Because
I mean, that's before he finally turned and like revealed his true colors and called himself challenged for the captaincy. So,
and the direction I'm more leaning towards is I don't think he was faking those moments. I think that's honest of him. However, I think similar to the character of Antonio Banderas in Paddington 3, he's a man corrupt with greed.
That's true. He sees the potential for money, and he just, you know, sees red. Can't think straight, you know?
Yeah. Do you like my cross Paddington Star Wars?
Yes, absolutely. That's what we need. Why are there no bears in Star Wars?
Ewoks!
No, Ewoks are not bears.
Come on, they are fucking bears. What are you talking about?
Get in the comments. Ewoks bears.
Ewoks. There's no way people don't say, yeah, they're basically bears. They're bears. I think you need to look at a picture of an Ewok. They are bears.
The Ewoks, the little freaks.
Please pull up a picture of an Ewok right now and tell me that isn't the closest you can get to literally just having a bear without it, like, literally just being a bear.
I mean, kind of looks like a monkey, you know?
No, you're
fat monkey.
You're,
you know, with hind legs, you know? It doesn't have the snout, you know, that a bear does.
I didn't say it was a literal bear, but that is a bear.
Well, then it's not a bear.
Well, yeah, obviously, because the bears only exist on Earth. That's the
like. How are there not Paddingtons in space? You know.
Well, there's only one Paddington. That's the thing. So Ewoks are bears. Ewoks are 100%
Well, there's
bears.
a lot of bears, is what I'm saying.
I feel like we've said bear more times than a grinder profile over here currently, but that's
Whoa!
fine.
That's still a thing.
I don't know. That was a good joke though. Yeah, so I feel like the thing that Joel, will he turn good next week? You're saying no. I'm gonna say no also.
No.
I do think that the story, it'll be interesting if they at least give a like, he doesn't turn good, but they at least show a moment of like, like he has good in him, but he's just fully corrupted by greed. And like sometimes you can't come back by that. Even if you do have some good news. And I think that's an interesting take.
And I feel like
because
he's going to fuck this up. It's pretty clear he's going to fuck this up. And he kind of already has fucked this up.
How so? Explain.
Well, he's been identified as a Republic emissary, which is so. The whole thing is the Republic previously sent like people to collect the money from the mints, then take it back to
presumably,
do whatever, fill space ATMs, whatever. He's been believed he's one of these people.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to take all the money at once, he should just over the next whatever period keep making trips and taking the money for himself to wherever. But he just pulled a lightsaber, so I don't think anybody's going to believe that he's actually who he says he is.
The whole time he's going down, and I know we're talking a lot about the end of the episode, but I mean, most of the episode's about the end of the episode.
That's the key.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell his plan is supposed to be. He is one man. I understand he's got a lightsaber against his kids and their parents, but he is against the whole planet, and there's a lot of droids. Yeah, I just don't know what his like.
These ones shoot reasonably well.
So, like, is his whole thing like he's just going to ask him at the start of next week's episode, "Hey guys, can you fill my ship with gold?" And then I'm going to take off. Like, is that the most of the plan? Because the second he gets up there on that ship, he's just want to come back down and fill it up again. And there's only so many times you're going to do it. Like, by the time they come back down, of course, the kids and the parents are like, well, someone's alerted authorities or someone's like caught on to something. Like,
yeah,
I just don't feel like.
Well, the other key thing is he asked to see the supervisor, so there's going to be a human dealing with him next week. So
yeah, are we still on board the supervisor being the pirate, or what's?
I don't know. It's just I don't know enough about the timelines. Like, how long has the ship been there?
This is New Republic time we're in. Is the other thing?
No, it's no. Like, how long was their ship on Attin? Before.
Well, long enough to be completely buried,
covered in trees and stuff. So it's unlikely to be the captain. Of that ship.
Yeah, long enough that it's not only covered in dirt, but trees have grown out of the dirt, and trees don't grow super fast.
No, they don't.
Space trees, and they run different. But I'm running under.
That's true.
Presumed
or
the
supervisor is the captain, and he like got droids to like move trees and dirt over the top and bury it.
That'd be very weird, to be honest. But that's fine.
I don't know.
I feel like it's just been parked there for that long.
Yeah.
I also don't feel, but here's the thing. The show has been built up in several ways, and it's been built up in that the supervisor is A, the pirate, or a descendant of the pirate, which I'd accept as the same sort of thing. B, some sort of cameo appearance that we're going to like, oh my God. Or no, that's it. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
That's kind of it. I feel like it's
either a person who's lived on Attin their whole lives.
Well, hold on.
Or it's a descendant captain.
It's been built up as A or B, but C would be it's none of the above as what could happen next week. So I feel like one of three options happens.
Somebody that we know from something else that just happened to be.
Yeah. Now, if it's option C, it's just a random character who's like a badass or something stern. I'm fine with that to a degree. However, I will say that the show's definitely built it up to be more so option A or B. And out of option A or B, I definitely want it to be more option A because that would make more sense to me if it was a descendant or
for the story
or whatever. Option B would be dumb, but also this is still within the produced by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni universe. So option B is very likely.
What, a crazy cameo? Yeah,
crazy cameo, which would be dumb, but anyway.
I've got a prediction.
Okay,
I have a feeling it's going to be Willem Dafoe. That's fine. Shoot my shot.
Why? Where's Willem Dafoe come from?
Because it's
Is there a leak or something? Or?
No, because they had Alfred Molina show up in the previous episode, right? It's a John Watts show. Yeah, they get just like a cameo as like a random alien.
Okay.
Do you know? John Watts is the creator. John Watts, worked on Spider-Man No Way Home with Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's never been in Star Wars. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's him or George Clooney, so I mean.
I can tell you who it is, apparently. Because apparently it was in the credits when we missed it.
Oh, cool.
Because they did have his voice in this episode.
I know they did have his voice. I didn't see it in the credits, though.
Apparently it was in the credits.
Hmm.
So the voice of the supervisor, as per scene in this episode that we're talking about, was Stephen Fry.
Damn, that was close.
You weren't even...
I mean, it could be voice modulation.
It could be.
Which would go into my second theory. What if it's C? It's a character that's we've never seen we've seen before. It's just a crazy badass and has showed up on this planet. Who would know about the mint? Probably the Jedi, from the Republic.
Well, I get the other thing.
What if it's Mace Windu?
Just reading the quote here. Citizens of At Attin, this is the supervisor speaking. An emissary is arriving for a shipment. All non-essential workers suspended until offload is complete. Thank you, that is all. Now, does that sound pre-recorded? Now that I'm reading it.
Yeah, it could be.
That sounds
they could just push a button.
Yeah. Because either A, you're taking this as he knows it's not really an emissary from the thing. He would know. I feel like he would know.
He'd be like, oh, it's very suspicious that they haven't been here for 30/hundreds and hundreds of years.
Exactly. So it'd be very weird if he was saying that. So it seems more likely that it's a triggered thing when a ship flies down or something.
See, the thing that's throwing into my mind is they call it Old Republic credits, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. They're Old Republic credits.
But it could be the Old Republic as in the previous Republic, or the Old Republic as in the Old Republic is titled in canon of Star Wars.
Well, I take it as, and I'm sure there's probably an answer to this if I was a better Star Wars fan, but I think the Old Republic credits are pre-Palpatine takes over credits.
Okay, so prequel trilogies credits.
Yes, is how I take it. I believe when he takes over, the credits change, and I don't think this is far enough in. / I don't feel like it's a high priority. New Republic takes over the credits because we know in canon when the New Republic takes over, it's a bit of a mess for many years there.
Yep.
And I just don't think having brand new credits is a
priority
or thing. So I take it as post Palpatine as the Emperor period.
Potentially. But then all these hidden planets got destroyed in 40 years?
Yeah, roughly, I guess, yeah.
Discovered and destroyed. Yeah.
Last big question, I guess. Next week, do we ever delve more into the history of Jod / why he can use the Force? Or is that just going to be that's just the thing? And again, it could be just it's a thing / he could have been a scat Padawan / all these theories. Or is it going to be do you reckon it'll be a bigger point of next week's episode?
I imagine he'll probably just bring it up in his, evil monologue. And that'll be kind of it. It's like, I never had a family. I was taken from my family and the fucking Jedi abandoned me. I don't know.
Because I can't picture...
I can't imagine next week flashback.
No, exactly. That's the thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sit on... Because there's no point changing theories at this point. And I feel like here's the thing. If I was I can't picture Stephen Fry as a pirate. But what if it is the relative of? I guess.
Yeah.
Or, and I guess this is the other important thing. It's Stephen Fry's voice, but it's an alien species. We keep assuming it's a human pirate.
Yeah.
it could be Stephen Fry's voice within an alien species that actually lives for a lot longer. At which point,
well, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, you see where like it could still.
We didn't see the captain's face properly, right?
No, the one time they ever get caught, and this is why it leads to him being the leader and would make the most sense. Is because the one time they have a chance to show us what he looks like and just get this out of the way and stop any theorizing is when they have the hologram in last week's episode. Last week's? Or the week before?
No, a couple of weeks.
2 weeks ago. Couple weeks ago,
3.
when they had that episode where old mate sitting in the chair giving the hologram
speech, yeah.
They purposely do not show his face. So that leans more heavily towards he's going to be the supervisor.
And
there's no way, although he obviously, 2 arms and a leg. Two arms, 2 legs. 2 arms, 2 legs. There's a lot of species that have 2 arms, 2 legs. So, and because we're running under human rules for aging, which would seem very unlikely that it's him. Very unlikely unless he was super young, which never know if it is Stephen Fry. However, as soon as he's an alien species and it's Stephen Fry's voice,
it's all rules are out the window.
Yeah, all rules are out the window. So
fucking Guru's dad.
Yeah, I'm sitting. I'm just going to say it's him. He's the supervisor. That would make the most sense at this stage.
I mean, it would just bring everything kind of full circle.
It would bring everything exactly. So, anything else you're hoping is wrapped up or touched on in the final episode?
I would love an option for a season 2. I don't know how that would be possible.
People have to watch the show. Do we know if people are watching the show?
They
never say, do they?
They never say, and you don't see very much. It's hard on social media to tell at the moment.
Yeah,
people
because everyone's so split, and you used to be able to look at Twitter /X whatever and go, all right, is it trending? How are people reacting to it? But now that so many people have jumped ship to Blue Sky, including us, and some people still like even I checked Twitter once a week maybe, see what's happening, but it's just a mess. And so Facebook means nothing. You can't track shit there. Instagram's the same. Yeah, so it's sort of his hard to track it. So
the other things, I love the explanations. One, how they're able to get in and out. Like there's a fucking electric minefield.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that was a very cool sequence. So
it's like, oh, this is a fucking armored van that, it's got some sort of microchip that lets them know they're safe to go through.
It triggers green,
Yeah.
It says you can go. You may pass go.
That was really cool. I love the hologram message that the parents finally were able to get out. The big plan. You would think it would
it's fun.
Fly up maybe quicker. Why did it take so long to charge?
I love
get it charging for a while.
I did like that sequence of just them getting zapped one by one.
Yeah,
sort of fun. It was good.
It was fun. Poor the elephant lady. I'm gonna make a run for it. And then just zaps.
Didn't even. I don't think.
Yeah,
probably
even
the worst. Did the worst out of all of them. I think. Didn't even get a step.
I mean, everybody probably had their blasters trained on there first. So
Neil's mum's just not.
No,
not up to.
That's not what they're up to. I love the message of Neil's mum. It's like, your brother lost a tooth, but he got a daydream, but what he really wants is for his brother to come home. Fucking tooth fairy couldn't bring Neil home. Neil's awesome line. It was a great adventure. We almost died half the time, but that's what adventures are about.
Yep,
and it's true.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, can't judge. Yeah. All right, that'll do it for this week's episode. Well, second episode we posted really, but next episode of Pirate Radio / discussion of Skeleton Crew. Of course, one last episode will be next week when we're discussing the season finale and the season as a whole and our thoughts. Where we ride on our theories, where we wrong, doesn't really matter. It's all about the journey along the way.
Wait, also, the idea that they've just been making money this entire time and just storing it away.
Yep.
It's like nobody's ever come for it.
Well, they don't. Well,
and we assume the whole planet's in on it, right? That's the other thing.
That's the thing. You find out when you hit a certain age based on what the parents say. Yeah.
Your parents are like, we all work for the mint, I guess.
Yeah. Everyone on the planet works for the mint. You find out.
Well, I guess some people work
the different areas of the mint. The mint is the job. Yeah.
We're making sure they're all the same in quality.
Yeah.
Analyzing the money.
Yeah.
With one person's job is to analyze how much money is going in and out. Like,
yep.
Very easy job.
Before we wrap up, our boy Smee done.
I hope not.
You can always put a droid's head back on.
What a fucking great moment of Smee, like, you can only be captain of one ship.
Yeah.
You know?
I just like that. Good enough.
Yeah, we call unclaimsies.
Yeah.
That's not the barcode.
Good callback to
but it'd be close enough.
First episode. Yeah, but
yes.
Close enough. That's good.
And also, how convenient is it that Jod starts wearing his fucking helmet right before Smee smacks him in the face?
All for 2 seconds, yeah. And it takes it off. Dumb helmet. It's fine. I understand you need the helmet on to try and pretend that I didn't realize it was you, Jude Law, in that first episode, but that's fine.
Yeah. Why did he need it in this episode other than to protect his health from being hit by that one?
So he didn't die.
One punch, yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us. Mentioning Blue Sky Files on bluesky.explosionhour.com. Check out explosionhour.com for other great shows, news, reviews, and fun things happening over there in the future and the year ahead at 2025. Back next week. Until then, have a great time. Goodbye.